Hello and welcome back to Ayaron's world. I'm just doing a little bit of exploring here in the fortress. Now, there's not really that much more to explore. It doesn't seem to be that big. Obviously branches off into some caves and stuff like that in some places, but... Right, where's my... Here we go. So this is what I've done with this room. It's more or less the same as it is. I decided to make it so you could walk underneath that, simply because it was easier and better. My cooking. Oh yes, I was cooking up some smooth stone and stuff. I want to rob out all the mossy and cracked stone. Just trying to get the volumes right. Seems either it's too quiet or too loud. Right, got a little bit of iron. So I've not really done anything here in the end yet. I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the Enderman spawner. Not so much the style, but where I want to put it. The way I see it, I've got three possibilities. One, I do what most people do, which is I make a bridge 122 blocks out into the void somewhere, and I build my spawner there. That has the advantage that I can just build a spawner, and that will be the only place the Enderman will be able to spawn, is the little rooms I build specially for the purpose. The disadvantage is that it's 122 blocks out in that direction, and every time I want to go there and back, I'm going to have to make that trip, which means probably a railroad track. The second alternative is to put it up there, up in the sky, because I'm at a height of 60. So if I go 122 straight up, then I can build my spawner up above that, and it'll be very similar to the cloud spawner that I have by my base. Now, the advantage there is, okay, I'll still have to go up to it, but I'll be able to go up using that rapid minecart elevator, like I've got on the cloud spawner, and coming down I can just drop through a water break. So that's an idea. The alternative is that I simply make it so no Enderman can spawn here, in this area here. The ways I could do that is I could cover this place in half slabs. I could just cover it in torches, because I believe that torches will stop Enderman from spawning. Or I could cover this whole thing in water. And I might have to do the water thing. If I was going to just build my spawner just right up there, just 24 blocks above me, they'd be teleporting out all the time onto the ground here. Unless I covered this all with water, then they wouldn't be able to. It would be a bit of a job to cover it with water, but it is doable. I'm tending towards making a form of cloud spawner, simply because I'm pretty certain that that will work, and it seems the easiest and most localized. But if people have a preference, express it in the comments, and we'll see about that. So I'm going to head back to my base. Every time I come here, it rolls the credits. Every time I want to leave the end, and I have to press escape every time. Does anyone know of a way to make it so that doesn't happen? Right. Anyway, I've moved a nether portal into this room and positioned it properly now. So we get a nice smooth transition from there to here. Well, I was about to say that I've got a nice safe cobblestone pathway all set up, but as you can see, I've got a bit of a lava flow issue there. I think I've cut the lava off, it just hasn't actually gone away yet. So let's get this off the path. There we go. So this here is the connection to my jungle portal, so it's just a little bit further. I might make a railroad track leading out there at some point, but it really isn't that far to run. I've forgotten that most of the decent stuff I wanted to take back to my base I actually put in the ender chest. Or some of it, anyway. Oh, wow. For a moment there I thought there wasn't any glass. The MC Patcher that I used to get the HD texture packs working has got a new option which is better glass. And that's what it does essentially. It gets rid of the individual squares, so it just looked like a giant glass wall. I quite like it. Let me just finish putting everything else away, and then we'll start talking about what it is I want to do right now. Right, well we've got 77 experience points to burn, so I think the first thing I should do is make sure that I make myself a couple of level 30 picks before I die and waste the experience. Now, as you can see, I've removed half of the bookcases on this. This was because I wanted the books so I could make myself an enchanting table by the blaze spawner. And rather than make the books and all that sort of stuff, I just thought I'd rob them from here. I still need to decide how best to recalibrate this, because at the moment it's like if I switch from there to there, it doesn't actually change anything, because all it does is withdraw some of the ones from the top, and I don't have any bookcases at the top anymore. So I've got to work out how best to go about making it so. I think what I might just alternate bookcases at the bottom and at the top. So, like, I would remove those bookcases up there and just put wooden blocks in at the bottom. And that might achieve the same sort of resolution as I had before, but with the less bookcases that are now needed. So, right, let's make these 2 picks. Because this one's almost died. I think I do have another one still somewhere, but... Right, level 30, that's so much easier than it used to be. Oh, Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4. That's... Okay, hang on, Efficiency 4, Fortune 3. Yeah, that's as good as the picker that is about to break. That's nice. And that one's not as good. So I'll put this one away. And I'll carry that one as a backup for when that one breaks. Actually, should I carry it? Maybe I shouldn't carry it. That's just silly. Lots of decent picks. Right. Oops. Let's make it be day. Also, that's reset my spawn to here, because I think the spawn is the bed that's in the potion brewing stuff by the Blaze farm. Alright, so what I want to do today is... Now, I tried adding the latest snapshot, but my game just crashed. Basically, whenever I would boot my world, it would run for a little bit and then it would just crash out. No real indication as to why that's happening. It might be something to do with the texture pack and MC Patcher that I'm using, or maybe I don't know how to install a snapshot properly. I mean, I just swapped out the jar file in the bin folder for the snapshot, because it seems that they're tooling up for the next proper release of Minecraft to be around Halloween, and that's still a month away. So I thought I would, stick the snapshots in so I can start messing around with the new maps, with the item frames, with the witch and the bats, and the other useful, interesting stuff that's coming. So I'll work on that a bit later. But anyway, one of the things I need to do is the recipe for books is changing. The recipe for books is going to need leather. Also, the recipe for item frames uses leather. And I've got very little leather. Because, I've got my sheep farm, but I don't really have farm stuff for other animals. And I thought it was about time that I addressed that. So, back here, since about episode 10 or something, I've got a small collection of cows and chickens. Is that one in danger of escaping? No, he's safe. That one is hiding under there. So I've got a small collection of cows and chickens, and over here, out behind the sheep barn, there is a little cave here where I have got some pigs, chickens and cows as well. Now, one of the things the snapshot is changing is the stuff you need to feed these things. But anyway, so I want a farm area. It's not going to be a single building like the sheep thing was. That's, because I needed to keep all the different colours of sheep separate. So I'm going to start by just clearing a large area and getting the animals in there, and then we can start thinking about making an area for the cows, an area for the pigs, and an area for the chickens. And I've decided to actually make it here, which is where I have been having an impromptu tree farm, but it doesn't have to stay as a tree farm. So I'm going to clear out these trees and quite a bit of area here. I might flatten this hill here slightly, because I don't mind some landscape, but it's a little too bulgy. And I think I want the farming area to stretch all the way over to here and be maybe with a fence up against the river or something. So let's get rid of these trees to start with, and then see whether or not we need to do some basic landscaping. Okay, I think I want the farm thing to start this side of this chasm here. I mean, I know I could just cover that over, but I'd rather leave it because it was part of the landscape when I got here. I think I'll be okay with like a single height variation. So we can go from this height down to that height and back up to this height again. But I've got an underground lake there. But other than that, I'd like to clear it out. So that would mean chopping out this stuff here, going back as far as I want it, which is maybe just to here, although maybe it should be a little bigger. I do want quite a bit of land for these animals to be able to free roam around. I suppose if I make it further that way, then it doesn't have to be as far this way. Meaning this land here will be free to develop into something, into something else at some point. Well, I suppose I'll just do this piece by piece. Oops. I did not mean to do that at all. I meant to come here and make myself a workbench, but I thought that if I just put down 4 blocks of wood, it would make a workbench. Okay, workbench. Or crafting table, even. I think I'll just start with basic fences. If I decide to make the fence out of something a little more interesting later, then that's easily done. It does use a lot of sticks. I think rather than over-planning this farm, I should just sort of let it grow organically, if you'll forgive the pun. So there's like a definite wall coming down from here. So animals wouldn't get out that way anyway. So I could just start the fence there, couldn't I? Bring it in a straight line this way. See where we end up. I'm wondering if I should dismantle this. This, for those of you that don't know, is the top of a very small mob spawner that I'd built down there. It sort of had a mob water elevator that led them up, drowned them here, and then their drops went that way and dropped down there. But it really isn't needed here anymore. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. Do I have a silk touch? So I don't waste the glass. There we go, 1 silk touch pick. And I realise I ran the long way round, because there's a way right here. Just I'm not used to using it. Maybe I should build a little staircase going up to it the same way I've got there. Whoa! Hello, creeper! You aren't supposed to be able to spawn within my compound. Where did you spawn? It's supposed to be nice and dark. I mean, well lit. Ah! There's obviously a dark spot over here. Is he going to burn to death? No, he isn't. He needs 1 more arrow. Now it's possible that I've got these pumpkins in the ground laid in a pattern that's meant to guarantee that mobs can't spawn, but it's possible that as we go up and down levels like this, it leads to the odd dark bit. Because in order to count the light levels, it's got to be like 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, then 7 to go to there. So on the diagonals there might be some places. Oh, I suppose I can just wherever I see a mob spawn, then I could fill in one of those things onto the ground. And that will hopefully take care of them. Meanwhile, I'll just have to pay a little more attention. Has that washed away any torches? Yeah, down there. It's washed all the torches away. Annoying. Oh well. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. And there's a skeleton back there. There's some dark spots on the edges of the mountains where the mobs appear and then drop down. Okay, so that's that removed, and I'm going to sort of carry on putting this fence around. Now, for now, I'm just going to have sort of like a large open field for each of the animal types, where where I can just mass breed them and that. But later on, I would like things like automatic egg laying facility, something where I can just go up, pick up the eggs, spawn the chicken somewhere else, etc. Maybe automatic cookers, something where if I breed pigs, then they'll go into a holding chamber where they grow up, and then I pull a lever and they'll go and make get nice and cooked and so on. So I've been feeling I don't know if you know or not. I mean, if you read my comments, you might know. But if you don't, then I haven't been feeling too well recently, which is why my videos have been coming out not as often as they were before, a little sparse and so on. I'm getting better. I've just, I'm back at work now, which is good. Just finished my first week back at work, but I am currently only doing half days. To fence around this thing. I'm currently only doing half days while I sort of get my energy levels back and stuff like that. But I'm hoping that things will improve and that there will be more videos, maybe a more regular schedule, and so on. I've just pre-ordered a new game on Steam that I'm looking forward to playing when it comes out. The XCOM game. I was a great fan of the original back when it was out in the 90s. I loved the turn-based tactical combat. I loved the base management and so on. Although it looks like they've simplified the base management and soldier management quite a bit. But that just means it will probably make a better YouTube series, because the original I used to spend hours and hours just sort of working out my troop rosters and stuff like that. Just having a look to see where this was likely to end up if I just kept going. And I think it'll be okay. So yeah, that comes out, well, here in Europe it comes out on the 11th of October. So what I'll probably do is when it comes out, I'll bring out a pretty much unedited video, perhaps, just of me getting to know it, exploring it a bit and so on, and then we can start the series proper. So obviously there's going to be Technica Minecraft. There's been a relatively recent update to Kerbal Space Program. So I want to There we go. So I want to play some more of that. Sorry, I'm having trouble. This is something I think I'm usually relatively good at, which is that talking about one thing while building other stuff. But it seems that at the end of this week's work, my brain is not up to that task right now. I'm going to leave that tree there. Okay, I need a few more fences. Well, this is certainly going to be a large area for the animals, but that's what I want. I don't want them to feel cramped. Okay, so I think I've put the fence all the way around, so now I just got to test it. So I'm going to go around the entire fence and see whether or not there's any points at which I can jump over. Just act like a mindless animal. Just the general bouncy, bouncy, bouncy that they do, and see whether any of it gets me out of here. Oh, see, there was a way out. How likely is that for an animal to do? Yeah, the problem is that. Just make the fence slightly higher there and there. But I'm tempted to do that everywhere there's a change in height. Make it so the double length ones extends 2 to the lower. So like here as well. Need some more fences, so I'm going to thin these trees a bit. So I've got the wood. Don't want to get rid of all of them, but they're like clustered in here a bit too tightly. Do you want to get out? Get out of there. Maybe wish I had some corn so I could lead him. Ah! I never replanted. Here I'm going to be wanting the wheat in order to breed and lead my animals, and I forgot to replant this after I did it last time. Okay, now because I want this to grow quickly, I'm going to leave the gaps in between. It reduces the overall yield, but it speeds up the growth considerably. Right, so I'm just looking to see whether I've got any wheat anywhere. Absolutely no spare wheat whatsoever. Okay. I'll have to make sure that I lead that chicken out safely once summer's grown. Now, I don't mind about things getting in. I just don't want anything to be able to get out. So that's why I don't mind about that. It actually just means that I have a shortcut in if I want it. Okay, that should be okay. I'm thinking I should just cover this over. I don't think there's any real use to a underground water grotto in the middle of my farm. So we'll do that and that. Right, I think I want to thin these trees quite a bit more. I want the odd tree dotted here and there, just sort of give it a bit of character. But I want to be able to see my animals, and I'm going eventually to subdivide this, so the cows are all in one place, the chickens are all in one place, etc. There we go. We're denuding the area quite nicely. If that one's there, I don't really want this one here. If that one's there, I don't want this one here. You'd think he would, Oh, I've not actually... I thought I'd made him a staircase. But it seems I didn't quite... There we go, he should be able to get out now. Go on, get out. There's no point being there, is there? There we go. And of course he wanders out there. I was just coming here to close the gate. Okay, well, I've marked off the area where I'm going to stick all my animals. I'm pretty certain that there's no way for them to get out. Let me just check the tree wall is actually complete. On occasion I've sort of chopped holes in the tree wall in order to get in and out. Usually I've repaired after myself, but on occasions I might not have done. I don't think I want this tree here. If there's a tree right up against the tree wall, I think it doesn't look quite right. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just waiting for some wheat to grow, and I can lead all my animals in here. I might want an airlock system on this, I think. Plenty of fence posts, just need another gate. Right, so I want it so the one behind me will close before the one in front of me opens. Not quite, it needs to be slightly longer. There we go. Should make sure that no animals accidentally follow me out. And this pathway can be extended later on to lead straight to it. So I'm just waiting for some wheat. I don't even need that much wheat because I just want to lead my animals. I don't want to breed them yet. That'll do. 2 bits of wheat, that's all I need. Now, for the moment, I'm going to want to disable these pressure plates because they'll close the door on me when I'm trying to lead animals in. Ah, oops. Right, do you want to stick close? Right, now these animals have been in there for such a long time, it will be quite a relief for them to be able to spread their legs. Okay, come on everyone. See, at the moment they all react to wheat. Later on, chickens will react to seeds. Pigs will react to carrots. I think cows will still react to wheat. Now I'm actually going to lead them over here because this is going to be a lot easier to get them in. So just got to make sure they're away. So maybe I should put those pressure pads back in. Okay, that's one load of animals. And these ones I can just lead straight over that fence. Okay, now these animals have had some room to move around, but they haven't really seen daylight for a while. So that'll be a nice experience for them. Just make sure I've got all their attention. This way, guys. Come on, come on. Oh, the poor sheep can see me with the wheat through the window. Come on, come on. Ah. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? I need these pressure plates on the other side. How many of you were shouting that at your screens? Of course, this is the opposite of how I normally put these things. I want to make sure that things can't get out, but I can get in. So I think I left a couple of animals behind. The sheep doesn't have room to turn around. That's all of them. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to be hitting my chickens with chickens. I mean, you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. So, these animals can spread out for now and wander where they will. Later on, I'll sort of decide where to put them. Like, I think I might let the pigs have some of the water and some mud, so they can be all muddy in the water. Make the chickens a nice little chicken coop. So that's it. Not the greatest of episodes, I know. kind of wanted your opinion on the Enderman farm before I started building. And this sort of needed doing, you know. I need a nice supply of leather, is the main thing, is for the cows. So, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.